Yeah, we can go.
Good. Only
Means steamy, hot night in Kitchener-Waterloo. Welcome to the opening game for the Hill United Chiefs as they participate in the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament. And there are three divisions, but in the division that we will focus on, there are just 5 teams, and it promises to be a whale of a weekend if indeed the weather will hold up. And in the opening game, it will be their 4th meeting of the year. The Hill United Chiefs coming off a very difficult loss to the Bear Creek Gremlins in the championship final last Sunday of the Chiefs Challenge. Take on JDT. They're a perfect 3-0. They beat them twice at the Chiefs Challenge. And here is the lineup that Jamie Simpson, Larry Lynch and company send to home plate. And it's very, very much the same as the lineup that the Chiefs faced on Sunday, with the exception of the catcher, Fernando Gomez, behind home plate. And defensively, for the Hill United Chiefs, in the outfield, it'll be Quentin Bruce, Nick White in center, Alan Pecker in right around the diamond, Blake Hunter at third base, Shane Boland, who missed the final day at the Chiefs Challenge with an injury. He'll give it a try tonight. And great news for the Chiefs in the fact that Lenny Villavazzo, who is off to an amazing start this year, offensively and defensively. He tweaked a knee a couple of weekends ago. Tony Gonzalez at first, Luciano Biondi, and it's Tyler Randerson, who also was shaken up in a game against JDT, a semifinal of the Canada East tournament in Mitchell, now a couple of weekends back, and he will get the ball for Hill United. All 5 teams will play one another in the round robin. The top team advances to Sunday, the championship final, while teams 2 and 3 will meet in a semifinal. Those games slated for 10 and noon here on Sunday. The park looks spectacular. Randerson on the year is 3-1. He's pitched 19 2/3. He's given up 8 runs, struck out 38, and walked 5. And he will face the top hitter from last year's World Cup in Prince Albert, Gendry Torres, who's 10 for 31 on the season. He has 3 doubles, 4 triples, and 5 runs batted in. Great to have you with us, no matter where you might be looking on from, on this Friday. And if you're in other parts of the world, maybe it's even a little later than that. So Torres steps in. He was 4 for 15 at the Chiefs Challenge last weekend with a double, a triple, and 2 runs batted in. He had just the 1 hit in the 2 games against Hill United. Behind home plate is Matthew Leclerc. Trevor Topping is at first, and an old broadcasting friend of mine, a longtime voice of the Brandon Wheat Kings, Bruce Lubke. Great to see him for the first time in many years. He will work at third base. As Randerson on the ground and well struck into right, a base hit early on for Gendry Torres, as he makes quality contact on the pitch. And Torres, with just his 2nd hit in 4 games against Hill United, and brings to the plate longtime Argentine national team member Federico Ader, 7 for 33. He's doubled and driven in a couple of runs. He was a solid 5 for 15 with a double and 2 runs batted in. And we are basically in a locked-up booth here in Kitchener. There is no sound, so can be difficult in terms of broadcasting the game. You don't have the same kind of feel with the windows closed. It's okay with the fan on. It's so hot today, but you miss out a little bit on any kind of ambient sound or crowd noise. So the leadoff batter aboard in Gendry Torres, who was 9 for 13 at last year's World Cup. And Randerson punched, maybe a double play, But the Bolin throw gets away from Gonzalez over to second, and Torres will slide in safely. So a good defensive play by Shane Boland to make the catch off of Ader. And in an attempt to go back to first base, the throw was wide of Tony Gonzalez. And Torres will move up 60 feet on the errant throw. And here's the always dangerous Aleo Munoz, who's 20 for 51 to begin 2026 with 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, and 20 runs batted in. And that pitch is swung on and missed from Randerson. Tyler, in his first full season with Hill United, after spending many years with the Toronto Batmen, who are part of this 5-team field. And working upstairs with a rise ball. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner in scoring position. 7-2 was the final score in favor of Hill in both the round-robin meeting and the semifinal game last weekend in Simcoe. These two teams put on a whale of a show in Mitchell, Ontario. An 8-6 win for Hill United when they trailed that game 6-0 and roared all the way back to win it. So Torres, the base runner at second, and Randerson set to deliver to the catcher Luciano Biondi, and it's a quality drop ball from Randerson for out number 2 of the inning. Nice movement on the drop, and Munoz, the swing just over top of it, and there are 2 away in the top of the first. Jeff Lyons is the batter from Glencoe, Ontario. He's 11 for 34 on the year. The hard-hitting first baseman. And that one is fouled away on the left side of the diamond. And there is Luciano's daughter, as it's now a dad, wife, and daughter combination. Again on the weekend. Fabulous to have Isabella with us on this warm night. As Tyler Randerson looking to get out of the top of the first. And look out, Jamie Simpson over at third. A little chuckle from number 76. Diamond is in fantastic shape. And this particular ballpark has played host to many a great tournament. Going way, way back. This has been one of the premier facilities for fast pitch softball in Canada. So Lions battling Randerson here at the top of the first. And took something off, did Tyler, but misses outside of the zone. Gendry Torres opened the lineup with a sharp single into right field. And the wind is blowing and looks to be blowing out from our vantage point. And asking for time. Lions will step away. Biondi and Randerson trying to be on the same page. Hill United 17-4-1 is the record on the season, and lifted high, and again, maybe right on top of the booth. Was waiting for a clunk, but a clunk did not come. So Jeff and Randerson in a quality tussle. Jeff Lyons 2 for 10 at the Chiefs Challenge. in a game between these two teams in Mitchell, Ontario. A couple of weekends ago, he drove in a couple of runs. Looking to do that here, and he ripped it right at his own dugout as he got his hands around that inside pitch in a hurry to pull it quickly. As the battle continues. And Randerson, did he find an outside corner? Not quite. And Bruce Lubke down at third says no swing. As Randerson just missing, looking for his second strikeout at the top of the first. And this has been a first inning that has made Tyler work. Torres at second, 2 out. And again, awfully close to strike 3, but credit Lyons for having an excellent eye at the plate. So a payoff pitch on its way to Jeff Lyons. Represented his country of Canada in 2024 at a World Cup qualifying event in Prince Albert. Did not play at the World Cup last year. And again, he stays alive. Lots of pitches being thrown in this at-bat. Randerson already with 13 pitches thrown in this half inning, and I would say 8 of them have come on this at-bat alone. So another 3-2 on the way to Lyons. And another ask of time. And in the heat, and it is some hot, with humidity, has to be in the probably 35, 36 on the Celsius scale. And Lyons' quality at bat is a successful one as he draws a 2-out walk. Really good at bat, good confrontation between both Randerson and the batter. As the youngster from Mexico, Guadalupe Ayon, is the batter. He has all the tools, this youngster. Great speed. He's got a terrific throwing arm and a good bat. Does number 5. And just a youngster. Be hearing from him on this circuit, I would think, for a long time. And had a good, solid swing, and he knew it. You could tell by the expression and the body language that that was a pitch he thought he might be able to handle. Torres at second, and Lyons the runner at first. 2 out, top of the first inning. On the ground and will go foul. Biondi getting out of the catcher's box in a hurry. The youngster from Argentina who already has a lot of major events under his belt, including a couple of back-to-back ISC World titles with the Chiefs. Represented his country earlier this year again at the U23 World Cup. A change-up from Randerson, and he was halfway to the dugout He thought it was strike 3. But that is not the case. Ball and 2 strikes to Guadalupe Ayon, hoping to cash in the game's first run. And it gets away from Biondi. There'll be no throw. And now a couple of runners in scoring position. And Tyler may be a little frustrated with the fact that he has not been rewarded home plate the way he would have liked early in the game. A little shake off. Is that regular lean back and deliver, and he gets the change up this time. So JDT leaves a couple on, and Randerson with an important strikeout, his second of the game. Top of the first is over. We'll set the Chiefs for you offensively when we return to the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament in Kitchener on the home of softball, Softball Premier TV. Hill United will come to bat after JDT threatened in the top of the first. They left runners at third and second, and Shane Bolin back in his regular leadoff spot. Ezekiel Bruce, Lenny Villavazzo, a welcome addition back into the lineup. Tony Gonzalez, Blake Hunter, Alan Pecker, who had a marvelous Chiefs challenge, Nick White, and the catcher Luciano Biondi. And again, JDT will go with Yan Carlos Gonzalez, Aleo Munoz, Jonathan Lynch, Federico Eder in the outfield, Justin Laskowski, Guadalupe Ayon, U.S. national teamer Braden Ducharme, Jeff Lyons is at first, and Fernando Gomez is the starting catcher. Gonzalez, 6 innings versus the Chiefs in last Sunday's semifinal of the Chiefs Challenge, as Shane Boland is hit with the first pitch that he faces. So Boland down at first is just got a piece of him as he tried to duck away from the inside offering. In the semifinal game, won last Sunday by the Chiefs, Gonzalez went 6 innings, gave up 7 runs on 10 hits, struck out 7 and walked 3, and now deals with Brad Ezekiel. And it's a ball down and away to the gentleman who was named the ISC top player of the decade from 2010 to 2020. And Ezekiel lifts it high in the air. Underneath it is Munoz, has a strong throwing arm. As Boland tagged and threatened to go, but will hang on. And there's one down. And the batter is Quentin Bruce, the 30-year-old from Grand Valley, Ontario. Quentin's 14 of 62 on the year, with a home run and 8 runs batted in. In fact, he has 10. 8 of those came last weekend at the Chiefs Challenge. He had a solid tournament, arguably his best of the early campaign. He was 6 for 16 with a homer and those 8 runs batted in. So Boland, the base runner, and there's one away here in the bottom of the first. Gonzalez with a changeup of his own. Scoreboard on and working. Another change up. Laskowski will go to second, and it gets away from Ducharme. And runners at the corners now is Bruce runs too well for this to be a double play. But Laskowski, the throw, and it handcuffed Ducharme. It dipped on him. And Boland moving up to third base on the air. And the Chiefs in business in the bottom of the inning, trying to strike first. And here's Lenny Villavazzo back in the lineup, missed last weekend with an injury. Got hurt in the championship final of the Canada East ISC event in Mitchell on a base hit, ran around first and seemed to tweak something in his lower body. And this one, off the bat, check swing, it also almost came back fair, but did not. Lenny's 27 years of age, from Mexico, four-time all-world player, including last year in Mankato, Minnesota. And he has been dialed in 2026, 16 of 33, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 13 runs batted in, and looking to add another to those totals. And always plays with a lot of passion. Big smile on his face the majority of the time. So Boland at third, Bruce the runner at first, and Bruce on his way, the throw down. And Bruce slides in safely. Had a good jump, did Quentin Bruce. And steals second, and now a couple of runners in scoring position for Villavazzo. Inside, and Villavazzo walks, and the bases are loaded. For Tony Gonzalez. Tony leads all Chiefs as you take a look at the pitch that misses. Gonzalez, also from Mexico, 20 runs batted in on the year. He's 18 for 48, 5 doubles, 5 home runs, and just one away with the bases loaded. And a drop ball that missed down to him. As Giancarlos Gonzalez in a real jam, and Tony Gonzalez had a quality cut at that pitch. Tony coming in from Mexico today had some flight issues in Chicago, but fortunately for he and the Chiefs, he and Pipolo Lopez were able to make it here on time. As the weather in North America certainly playing havoc with a lot of flights in a number of different cities, storms, and if you're a regular traveler, it doesn't take a whole lot at O'Hare in Chicago to have problems. I don't like that airport very much. And it's one of the busiest ones in all of North America. So Gonzalez looking to strike first, as there is some activity up already on the changeup, a bounder, a 0-for-1, the throw in time. A 0 to Ducharme to Lions, 6-4-3 to end the threat. So both teams threatened but could not score as Gonzalez grounds into an inning-ending double play. We're through one inning here in Kitchener.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
JDT left two runners in the top of the first. The Chiefs grounded into a bases-loaded double play in the bottom half. Justin Laskowski, Jonathan Lynch, Braden Ducharme, who beautifully turned that inning-ending double play to bat for JDT in the top of the second inning. So Laskowski from Warman, Saskatchewan, just outside of Saskatoon. 9 for 34 on the year with a double and 3 runs batted in. Justin was 3 for 10 at last weekend's Chiefs Challenge. Did have a hit and a run batted in against Hill United in the round robin game. Played for Canada early in the year at the 2026 Pan American Championships. And pops this up in the air. Bolin backing up, and he'll track it down. Couple of steps back on the grass, and quickly there is one out. As Laskowski gets underneath it, and Boland able to camp under it. Jonathan Lynch from Missouri. He's 8 for 39. Member of the United States national team. 4 doubles, a triple, and 5 runs batted in. And showing a little bunt. But backs off and a slap, and this will be a base hit. So well executed by Jonathan Lynch. And there is one out and one on in the second inning. And here's second baseman Braden Ducharme, product of Hudson, Wisconsin. He's swinging it well to begin 2026, already with 12 hits in 36 official at-bats, 3 doubles. He's homered and driven in 3. Had a double and a run batted in the semifinal loss to Hill United last Sunday. And Randerson finds an outside corner to get ahead in the count. Jonathan Lynch with good speed over at first base. He's someone that you can put a running play on, and Ducharme handles the bat well enough to do so. And Ducharme fouled that back to the screen as the wind continues to blow. Ducharme, another member of the United States national team, played at the World Cup for them last year in Prince Albert. And the high rise gets him on this occasion as Randerson has his third strikeout of the game. Nice elevation on that pitch for number 72, who I believe works in this community, doesn't live here, but works in this community, does Randerson. Hard hit by Gomez, and Lynch is going to stand up safely at third as Fernando Gomez, who is more known for his ability to receive behind home plate, has just his second hit of the year. But he hit that ball hard, right up the middle. And the Chiefs with a bit of a meeting. And runners at the corners, and head coach and general manager Jeff Ellsworth comes out to have a conversation with the group about how they might handle things defensively with first and third, and there'll be a runner for the catcher, Gomez, with 2 outs. He's from the Dominican Republic. He was 7 for 22 at the Pan American Championships. So he is a capable batter. And we know this guy is from the same part of the world. Gendry Torres, already with a base hit in the game. A solid liner into right field. And Randerson with a quality off-speed that Torres was out in front of. And the throw back to Randerson almost got away from the pitcher. And it might have scored a run if it had. On this steamy Friday in Kitchener-Waterloo. Torres 4 for 15 last weekend in Simcoe. And look out, Mike Taylor, as that was hammered. And Torres, early in the weekend, his second at-bat, he already looks like a guy who's locked in. Hitting everything hard, including his base hit. Always a pretty good indicator of how a batter is feeling and seeing it at the plate. One of the terms would be locked in. He has that look about him here on this Friday. Popped it up in the air, and it'll make its way out of play. And Randerson ahead in the count against Gendry Torres for a second straight half inning. Tyler trying to work himself out of a jam. A lot of base runners so far, very early in the game. And see what Biondi and Randerson dial up in this spot. Ahead in the count. And pulled foul. Randerson tweaked his upper body in Mitchell against JDT in a semifinal affair a couple of weekends ago, and great to see that he's healthy enough to return this weekend. And delivers what looked to be a low rise that catches Gendry Torres, as was the case in the first inning. Randerson dials up a strikeout when he needs it the most. We're still looking for the game's first run in Game 1 of the Hallman Memorial Tournament here in Kitchener-Waterloo. 3 hits already for JDT. Hill United loaded the bases without a base hit in the bottom of the first, but grounded into an inning-ending double play. This is 39-year-old Blake Hunter from Nanaimo, British Columbia. 14 for 36 on the season, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. And boy, did he play some spectacular third base last weekend. Couple of just tremendous plays, and they both occurred primarily in the semifinal game between these two teams. Diving play at third to have the presence early in that game to dive, make the catch, and tag the bag for an important double play on a high pop-up at the screen. He basically went through a couple of teammates, called the ball. He was excellent at third and takes a strike at the letters from young Carlos Gonzalez. Both of these two pitchers would like to settle in and maybe have a 1-2-3 inning. It's not been easy for either guy so far, and Gonzalez walks Blake Hunter to start the bottom of the second. That's the second free pass that he has issued early in the ball game. And now, 28-year-old Alan Pecker from Argentina. What a championship final he had in a losing cause against the Bear Creek Gremlins last Sunday. He went 4 for 4 in that game and had a mighty cut at the first pitch he sees tonight. Allen's 23 for 30 or 52, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. And he hit .500. He was 9 for 18 last weekend at the Chiefs Challenge. And he's capable. As you saw Jonathan Lynch, he can get on any type of way. One of the true 5-tool players in this sport. Might have the best throwing arm in the game. And again, the wind and the dust creating some issue at home plate. On the ground, off the glove of Ayon. And Blake Hunter, who part of the way down was thinking about breaking up a potential double play, instead ends up safely at third. As early in the game, defensively, things have gone awry for JDT. I believe that's the third error that they have committed. That one on the generally sure-handed shortstop. And that situation, if you've ever played the middle infield, it's one where you want to complete the double play before you have the ball. A drop down by Nick White, and no chance to get him. Nick White's having a superb start to the year, and with his outstanding speed, you like to see more and more of this from him, because anytime he puts a ball in play, the 22-year-old from Truro, Nova Scotia, he has a chance to be safe. That's already his 20th hit of the year. He was 7 for 11 last weekend at the Chiefs Challenge. And after the bunt base hit, the bases are loaded for catcher Luciano Biondi. The 23-year-old from Argentina, 9 for 33. He has 10 runs batted in. And he was 2 for 2 against JDT last weekend in the round-robin win. Not the semifinal win, but the round-robin win. Both those games ended up in favor of Hill United by a count of 7-2. So nobody out, and the bases loaded. And a drop ball on the outer half from Gonzalez. So much speed at the bottom of the Chiefs order when you talk about Alan Pecker, then Nick White, then Biondi. And Biondi grounds that back and foul. Biondi was 4 for 9 last weekend. He did homer in a game versus the Saskatoon Jacks. The Jacks this year will play at the ISCs, and they'll also play host to the Canadian Senior Men's Championship in their hometown. The tag for one, they come home to get two. Braden Ducharme, a second quality defensive effort. And now Biondi is the ball. Did not come back into the circle, and heads up running by Biondi to take the bag at second. But the ground ball, the touch out at second, and come home just in time to get Blake Hunter. And it's still somehow 0-0. So Nick White tagged out. And that ends up being a 4 unassisted to 2 double play. And Shane Boland with runners at second and third. Can he break the scoreless draw? And he'll do just that. Here comes Biondi. He'll score easily, and Shane Boland with a 2-run single to open the scoring as he slashes the pitch right up the middle. Big hit from the captain, who is not quite at 100%, battling a bit of an injury, as he has his 4th and 5th runs batted in of the year. And it's 2-0 in favor of Hill United. And Brad Ezekiel, always capable of changing a game on one pitch. So 2-0, Hill United jump out in front, trying to knock off JDT, a very good team. This is a really difficult task for all these groups. Should be a lot of great games involving 5 of the best teams. Only the Northeast Drillers not here. So it's a very similar field to the 6-team division breakdown in Mitchell. The waggle of the bat. And Ezekiel able to stay off of it. So Shane Boland, his 10th hit of the year, drives in a couple of runs. And it's 2-0 Hill United in their opening of 4 round-robin games here in Kitchener-Waterloo. Change up. And Gonzalez has a good one, but misses inside. Hill United will take on the Toronto Batmen tomorrow at 9, and then they'll be in a doubleheader spot. Again, it's their arch rival, the Gremlins. That game slated for 11 o'clock. And then they'll tangle with the Bear Creek Express tomorrow, slated for 7. And we'll have all of them, of course, thanks to Pete Hill and the Chiefs organization, right here on Softball Premier TV. Ezekiel, he strokes that into left field. Or is it foul? Foul ball. In fact, they're coming off the diamond. Could not really tell from my vantage point exactly what occurred. Did he step on the plate? That's an odd ending to the inning. That certainly isn't going to illustrate what occurred. Maybe this will.
There were 2 runs on 2 hits.
Well, we're in a room that when the night started was full of umpires. Could maybe use one now. Hill United on the board, though. They lead it 2-0 after 2 on night number 1 of the Hallman Memorial Tournament. So from my vantage point, a little blocked off here between windows and posts, Shane Boland left early, and that the reason for the inning to come to an end. So Bradley Ezekiel will start the third at home plate, and that's a tough one because he laced the ball. I was watching the ball go into the left field and did not see Trevor Topping call him out at first base. Federico Eder leads things off for JDT as they trail it 2-0, and they've had great chances in their first 2 at-bats. Eder towards the gap, and that ball is gone. Federico Eder, just enough for it to get over the temporary fence, and the fence actually somewhat leaning back right where it left. So Eder, with his first home run of the year, and in one swing to start the third, JDT back to within 1. And the Eder home run to left center. And this guy can power it up with the best of them. And Aleo Munoz, he was fabulous with STK at last year's World Tournament. Hit .364, including 11 runs batted in. Made the switch to JDT in the offseason. And a big, big addition for this group. In the number 3 hole in their order, he struck out versus Randerson, first time up tonight. As Randerson comes up and in for a ball. Munoz now 20 for 52 on the year. He's homered 3 times, and he already has 20 runs batted in to his credit. And able to stay off the rise ball that time from Randerson. So 2 runs for Hill United on a Shane Boland single, only to be answered with a solo shot to start the third. Off the bat of Federico Eder. And missing just outside on that occasion was Randerson, who will take a walk around the 8-foot circle. Munoz 0 for his last 7 at-bats against Hill United.
Come on, Rondo.
And he had a mighty twist at that pitch. When you're this good a hitter, you're not going to be in that 0 for category against anyone for a long length of time. He just swings the bat too well. As Gives Randerson the sign and goes to work. Munoz high to right. Alan Pecker will have a play. And there's one down. Just underneath it was Alejo Munoz. And really hard to tell. You take a look from where I'm calling the game. Might almost be a wind that is circling more than blowing straight in any direction. And Jeff Lyons with his second appearance in the batter's box. And he fouls that off the glove of Biondi. Lyons walked and was stranded in the first. It was 0 for 1 in the semifinal versus Hill United last Sunday morning. And Randerson, a strike on the outer portion. Home plate umpire Matthew Leclerc working with this, in this case, three-man crew on this hot night. I believe it was 34 Celsius when we began. As the heat wave in this part of the world is borderline almost unbearable. And Randerson with strikeout number 5 of the game. And now shortstop Guadalupe Aon. He's 13 for 42 now. 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. He struck out to end the first. And Randerson gets in front with a strike. As you see the shadow from the sun on your screen. And Aon had a good rip at that pitch. And Randerson somewhat in the driver's seat at no balls and 2 strikes. Aon is from Mexicali in Mexico. Played for Team Marquez at the ISC last year, where he was 6 for 15. And tried to put a little extra on it on the 0-2 pitch and got away from him. But if ever there's a time to do that, that's a perfect time when no one is on base. Randerson has given up, I believe, 4 hits now. And the one was the home run in this inning to Ader. Biondi tried to frame it. There's the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is hit hard, but foul off a tree in behind the JDT dugout. So throw the ball back in, and umpires might want to check that before they put it back in play. If you're Randerson, you probably want to use it. It remains 2-2 with 2 out to Guadalupe Aon. Gonzalez over, but he'll run out of room. Not by a whole bunch, but right off the top of the dugout to give Aon another opportunity. In the semifinal game against Hill United last Sunday, you felt for this guy. He was hit by a pitch on 3 straight occasions.
Come on, Rando. Boy. Hey, give me a push here, Rando. On a baby.
And a changeup from Randerson out of the zone, and the count now is full. Marco Diaz up and warming for Hill United. I wonder if this might be the last inning of work for Randerson. As the umpires conferring. Checking on the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Randerson trying to end this half inning. And will do just that. Back-to-back strikeouts. But not before Federico Ader went deep. And heading to the bottom of the third, it's a 2-1 Hill United advantage on night number 1 of the Hallman Memorial Tournament in Kitchener-Waterloo. Hill United, 2-1 leaders. Shane Bolin driving in. 2 runs in the last half inning. Brad Ezekiel was at home plate and looked to have a base hit of his own, but on the pitch, Shane Bolin was called for a leadoff. So Ezekiel to start things against Gonzalez in the bottom of the third. And the Chiefs lead now after the Federico Ader home run in the third is just 1. Just the 5 teams in this division. There's a couple of other divisions going on and games underway here as well already. Ezekiel. And that is just foul down the line. As Ezekiel swinging it well. Flew out to left his first time, and as I mentioned, looked like he had a base hit before the leadoff call. The drop ball from Giancarlos Gonzalez is down and out of the zone as he works to his fellow countryman. Fernando Gomez behind home plate. A strike on the inner half. Ezekiel 12 for 46 on the year. 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in, and that one well out of the zone. Brad was 5 for 12 last weekend at the Chiefs Challenge with a couple of doubles and 3 runs batted in. He was 2 for 3 in the semifinal triumph over JDT on Sunday. And that one completely gets away. And Ezekiel walks to start the bottom of the third. Third free pass that young Carlos Gonzalez has issued in the game. And now it's left fielder Quentin Bruce. Bruce reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base, but was stranded in the first inning. As Jamie Simpson out to confer. It's been an odd night defensively for JDT. They've made 3 errors, but they've also turned a couple of terrific double plays, including one in the last half inning where Braden Ducharme, who's been involved in both of them, with a tag out and then came home to get Blake Hunter. Or it could have been a much bigger inning than the 2 that Hill United ended up scoring. Bruce, the batter, always think about in many ways his breakout moment as a player, which for me goes back to the 2022 World Cup when he went 11 for 22 for Canada, led the country in hitting on their way to a second-place finish in that event. As Gonzalez misses away. Ezekiel, the designated player tonight, Nick White, starting in center field. And another pitch that just fails to find the strike zone. Quentin Bruce starting to heat up as we are now in early July. And he's going to draw yet another walk. So back-to-back walks for Gonzalez. I believe that's Yoni Suriel again up and working. And Suriel is not always part of the JDT roster, but is this weekend. JDT, along with the Bear Creek Gremlins and the Bear Creek Express, all owned by Scott Cornelius, and it does give that trio, although you find more additions, move-around scenarios involving JDT and the Bear Creek Express as opposed to the Gremlins. And the Gremlins have won 2 of the 3 tournaments played so far, including that enormous 5-run 7th inning to upend Hill United in the championship final of the Chiefs Challenge, 7-5 last Sunday. Lenny Viavazzo, the batter. He walked in his first trip to home plate tonight. Before he got hurt, swinging it as well as anyone early in the year on the Chiefs. And he hits this one. Laskowski almost around the horn for a triple play. Not quite. Laskowski, and again, the great footwork and turn from Ducharme over at second. This is pretty close. Laskowski for 1. There's out number 2, and Ducharme with Bruce bearing down on him. And there's 2 out. So Gonzalez with 1 pitch. This one gets away from him and Gomez. And Viavazzo, who nearly hit into a triple play, finds himself at second base after the wild pitch. So JDT with 3 double plays in the game, and Tony Gonzalez tried to hit that to Guelph. He was not cheated at all on that pitch. He's already homered 5 times this season. Change up. The pitcher and catcher wanted desperately. In a season that was shortened due to a couple of world events, Tony drove in 27 last year for Hill United. 14 of those came with 2 out. Had a great world tournament. Was a first-team all-world player. Hit .438 at the ISC Worlds. And Gonzalez continues to struggle to find the zone. He's walked 3 in the inning, but has yet to give up another run.
In the batter's box.
And Blake Hunter looking to add to the Chiefs' advantage. They've had all kinds of chances here to potentially blow the doors open, but as of yet have been unable to, grounding into 3 separate double plays. Blake Hunter homered last weekend at the Chiefs Challenge. He has 3 of those on the year and 9 runs batted in. Gonzalez has made some good pitches when he's needed to, despite the fact that he is fighting it big time in terms of control in the game. Gets underneath Gomez, but he's able to recover before Villavazo could advance. Blake Hunter, 4 for 12 last weekend. The 39-year-old has been a terrific performer for a long time. And takes a look at strike number 3. So it hasn't been the prettiest, but effective enough. Some defense, and with 2 on, a strikeout. We're through 3 in Kitchener. 2-1, the Chiefs lead it. Marco Diaz coming into the game, the Hill United Chiefs ace. The 24-year-old takes over from Tyler Anderson, who gave up 4 hits and the 1 run in his 3 innings of work tonight. Marco, the smooth delivering, hard throwing right-hander. He's 5-3 so far this year for the Chiefs. He's thrown 55 innings, giving up 18 runs. 7 of those runs came last Sunday in the championship final, lost to the Bear Creek Gremlins. He's already struck out 97 batters. And he enters the game with a 2-1 lead to face Justin Leskowski. Marco's pitched 11 and a third innings so far this year versus JDT, given up 3 runs on 11 hits, struck out 17, and walked 2. Leskowski popped out to Shane Boland at shortstop his first time tonight. And hit this hard. Tracked down by Nick White and Justin Leskowski with a leadoff sharp single as he greets Marco Diaz with a solid base hit. 5th hit of the game for JDT. And Jonathan Lynch, who has one of those hits, follows Leskowski and again shows a little bunt. Last time he slapped it into the outfield for a base hit. That was off Randerson, now facing Diaz. Footwork suggested that the bunt might have been on. But as a batter, you are asked to bunt strikes. And Lynch able to stay off it. And this will be foul. Not a full sacrifice, more of a slap attempt from center fielder Jonathan Lynch. Good player. They're all good players in an event like this. 5 teams, 5 of the top-ranked teams in the rankings. Not 1 through 5, but among them, Fiavazzo climbed the ladder to make a solid play to get Lynch. Lenny Fiavazzo, who can get the job done as well with the glove as he does with a bat, just made a good play. Pounded into the infield dirt, shale. Not exactly sure what the makeup is, but it's an out, although the job gets done in terms of advancing the runner. Braden Ducharme, 0 for 1 in the game, but boy, oh boy, has he been involved defensively. Been part of 3 double plays and almost a triple play. And hits this on the ground. Boland shows good hands and makes a strong throw across the diamond to get Ducharme, who hit that one hard. And Ducharme runs extremely well. And conversation, Matthew Leclerc going to come out to tell the gentleman that that is a visit that he's keeping track of. So Leskowski, who singled to start the inning, able to move up to third. And catcher Fernando Gomez, who delivered a base hit against Randerson, swings over top of the Diaz drop ball. Because of the configuration here at the Hallman ballpark, we do not have some of the technology available that we normally do on Softball Premier TV. It just doesn't quite work in terms of logistics and an opportunity to put it in a great place. Because after the drop ball, I looked at the monitor and went, no, we don't have that this week. And it's been a fabulous new addition. And there's more on the way from Luciano. Hill United, all their games here on Softball Premier TV all year long. part of a lengthy deal with Softball Premier TV. And the only thing Marco Diaz is trying to deal an inning-ending pitch, and Luciano Biondi probably just saved the tying run. That ball bounced in front of him, and he did a fantastic job to shuffle his feet and stay in front of it, just like you're taught. That's a very good play behind home plate by Biondi. As Diaz reaches back to the rag called Gorilla Gold, and the drop ball is a gem. Nothing has been overly easy tonight for the pitchers. Great drop ball. Falls off the table. It remains 2-1 on the opening night of the Hallman Memorial Tournament in Kitchener-Waterloo on the home of softball, Softball Premier TV.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Night number one of the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament here at this fine facility, and it's in great shape. 2-1, Hill United lead JDT going to the bottom of the fourth inning. Alan Pecker, Nick White, and catcher Luciano Biondi due up for Hill United. They have absolutely had their chances to cash in a little more, but they've hit into some double plays. And that doesn't necessarily tell the whole story, because JDT has made some errors tonight, too, that open some of those doors. So it's been an odd night in that regard. Alan Pecker able to sit on a changeup and stay off of it. Allen reached on an error to Guadalupe Aon and scored one of the two Hill United runs in the bottom of the second. And he's behind that pitch, and that's odd for number 59. Was obviously expecting something a little different. Put on a bit of a clinic against a terrific Gremlins team last Sunday in the final. He went 4 for 4. And Gonzalez with a quality pitch at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder. And he had a whack at that. Almost came out of his shoes, did Alan Pecker. He does not hit the ball softly very often. And leans into this one. It's carrying. And Jonathan Lynch just made a sensational catch. My goodness. What a play by Jonathan Lynch. So a little Jonathan or Jordan Pomeroy-ish going back to a tournament a couple of years ago to take a home run away from Alan Pecker. And I just mentioned he rarely hits anything soft. And had it not been for the breakaway fence, likely a different story, but that is a marvelous play by Jonathan Lynch. My goodness. Well worth about 10 more looks. Look at the concentration. No fear, stayed with it, and made the play. That's as good a play as you'll ever see, and certainly the best one defensively that I can remember so far early in the season 2026. Just a brilliant effort by Jonathan Lynch, and he's playing out there in place of Jordan Pomeroy, who is not in the lineup again tonight. And they're taking some time, as you can see from our outfield camera, to try and put back together that temporary fence. So not only does he make a sensational catch, he's trying to fix the thing too. And Alan Pecker's like, are you kidding me? So Allen robbed of a home run. And it remains 2-1 as Nick White, who laid down a beautiful bunt base hit. And he's batting over 500 on the year, so the fence attended to. One away, bottom of the fourth, and here is Nick White, just 22 years of age. He loves playing this sport and so good at it. He's a terrific athlete, too. You talk to people who watched him grow up, and yes, terrific ball player, but people are quick to point out that he could have played a lot of things at a pretty high level. Big fan of the Montreal Canadiens. And looking to start a one-out rally for Hill United. He's 20 of 36 now on the year after that bunt base hit. And misses on a drop ball from Gonzalez, who has struggled with his control, has had some defensive miscues behind him, but also some terrific and timely defensive plays. And White looks at that pitch for a ball. One of the fastest players in the game, Nick White. He can scoot. And a changeup gets up and away, and Nick White, where the Chiefs want him, on the base pass for a second time. As he's able to stay off the pitch, and out comes Jamie Simpson, and I think we might have a pitching change. So he'll take the ball from Carlos Gonzalez, and I believe it's Yoni Suriel who's coming in to the game. You are watching Hill United Chiefs softball on Softball Premier TV. Yoni Suriel working for the first time this season with this team. I believe he's suited up for the Chippewa Chiefs. A bunt, and will it stay fair? It won't, as Justin Laskowski smartly lets it go, as Biondi almost had himself a bunt single. Special hello out to the Bruce family watching out in the Grand Valley area tonight. Great to have you with us, and always a pleasure to watch your son work. And he is a delightful young person to talk to and deal with. Gomez fires it to second, and Nick White, more than a threat to steal. He does it on a very regular basis, not going anywhere that time. So one out, Nick White, the base runner, and Yoni Suriel into the game. And Biondi sends that back. Already a couple of balls stuck up here on the roof. I don't know if they're stuck from tonight. As I look out the window to my left. 2-1, bottom of the fourth. Biondi goes the other way with it, and this will go well foul. So Suriel on in relief. Devin McCullough, who is arguably number one on the staff, has only pitched 1 2/3 innings so far against Hill United. And Suriel, roundhouse rise, if you will. So he comes on in relief and gets a strikeout. The rise ball that Biondi can't quite get to. And 2 away for the captain, Shane Boland. On the move is Nick White, and he will be out. Must have overslid the bag or unable to hang on to it, as Nick will be replaced in the conversation with the umpire. And certainly was there first. Hard to tell from this vantage point if he ever lost contact with the bag, but the call is made, and it ends the inning. 2-1 through 4 here at the Peter Hallman Memorial in Kitchener-Waterloo. So Marco Diaz, who came on in relief of the starter Tyler Randerson in his second inning of work and facing the top of the order. And the designated player, Gendry Torres, and fouls it straight back and hope that home plate umpire Matthew LeClaire is okay. And he says he is. gives the thumbs up sign. We've seen the poor umpires take some real blows the last couple of weekends. More injuries in 2 weekends than you'd like in 2 seasons. But they are tough customers. The men and the women working. So Diaz gets the sign from the PitchCom system and looked to be a changeup. Fouled almost into the dugout. There's a nice kick save over there at the front of the JDT dugout. I think Larry Lynch got a foot on it. ISC Hall of Famer. Part of the JDT coaching staff. Diaz. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gendry Torres. 1 for 2 in the game. 11 of 33 on the season, and he's behind that Diaz offering. On this very warm Friday in early July. The teams will have next weekend off and then be back at it the following weekend in Tavistock, Ontario. And Diaz, the rise ball. The pitch that he continues to work at. In the past, prior to really the last month of last season, Marco primarily drop, curve, change. But that rise ball has become a very nice weapon for him. And when he went a perfect 6-0 at the World Tournament in Mankato, it was his out pitch in a lot of key moments. The team only gave up 1 run on their way to a 7th ISC World Crown. Federico Ader has supplied the JDT offense. He homered to left center in the 3rd inning. A ball that just made its way over the fence. And it was off of Tyler Randerson. We are expecting a weekend full of terrific games with the 5-team field that has assembled. The drop ball, and it's a strikeout for Marco Diaz. Can be difficult for a pitcher of any kind, especially someone like Marco. You know you're going to come into the game likely at a certain point, but I don't think you're ever quite in the same place and mindset when you know that you're getting the ball to begin. But he has 3 consecutive strikeouts now as he deals with hard-hitting left fielder Alejo Munoz, who's struck out and flown out his first 2 times at home plate. And Diaz paints the outside corner. That delivery, he makes it look so easy. He is truly a smooth operator in the circle. Villavazo couldn't get a lot on it, and it must have made its way out of play. So Munoz, I would think this will be scored a hit and an error. Villavazo, that's a really, really difficult play. Is Munoz able to leg it out and makes his way to second on the errant throw. So second hit of the game given up by Diaz since he came in. An infield hit. And Jeff Lyons with the tying run at second now is the batter. Lyons has walked and struck out. It is a very hot night. And Diaz opens with a ball. Chiefs scored 2 in the second, Ader with a home run in the third. And lots of chances for both sides to add to those totals. Especially Hill United, who have hit into 3 different double plays. So Lions hoping to tie the game. And a changeup out of the zone. Tough when he comes at you with 85, and then the next one in the 62 to 64 range. Another changeup, and this one finds the zone. Much to the chagrin of the veteran first baseman Jeff Lyons, whose brother Craig, who was a terrific player in his time, but now the athletic therapist for the Hill United Chiefs. And does a terrific job. And the high rise again gets the job done for Diaz. 3 more strikeouts in the inning after giving up a hit, and there was an error. Hill United continue to lead here at the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament. 2-1 going to the 5th on Softball Premier TV. Shane Bolin, Brad Ezekiel, and Quentin Bruce due up. In the bottom of the 5th, Shane Boland, a 2-run single accounting for Hill United's offense. Is Suriel, who replaced young Carlos Gonzalez in relief, back in the circle. And he comes off of that rubber with some steam. His first appearance, by what I have seen statistically, for JDT. He has been pitching. And Bolin trying to stay off of a high rise, and Suriel with a strikeout. So he's come into the game and he struck out the first 2 Chiefs that he has faced. And Brad Ezekiel, who's walked and flown out in the game. And again, it's the rise, and Suriel is throwing well. Looks in. And you see the motion that he has. I call it a roundhouse. He comes around and it's hard to pick up the ball, I would think, with this motion. Ezekiel does, and he fouls it away. And this one gets away from him as he really contorts his body in the best way I can describe it is a roundhouse type motion. It's not a straight delivery. Lifted high in the air, back goes Ducharme in. Making the play is Federico Ader, who has played the majority of his career in the infield, and well.
2 away.
As Ezekiel flies out to right, and quickly there are 2 away. There have not been a lot of quick innings defensively in the game. And here is Quentin Bruce, and he fouls that away. Quentin has been on base twice. He reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and walked his last time. And up the middle, Ducharme to his right. And a 1-2-3 inning for Yoni Suriel, who's retired the first 4 Hill United Chiefs he has faced this season. You're watching the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament on Softball Premier TV.
Watch the game change.
Hill United will make a pitching change. Marco Diaz with 2 scoreless innings of relief after Tyler Anderson gave up the 1 run in the 3 innings that he worked. And here is Justin Schofield on in the 6th. Justin, the 36-year-old from Grand Pré, Nova Scotia. Enters the affair. He's 6-0 on the year. He's thrown 39 2/3 innings, given up 11 runs on 16 hits. He's struck out 85 batters. So far this season, he's pitched 7 2/3 against JDT, given up 7 runs on 6 hits, struck out 8 and walked 5. He threw 5 innings in the 7-2 semifinal win last Sunday morning.
For the Chiefs,
Khalil Luna comes in to play at shortstop in place of the banged-up Shane Boland, but Boland able tonight to start and deliver the only 2 Chief runs with a single in the second. And Schofield will work to that trio. Aon Laskowski and Jonathan Lynch, who made a spectacular highlight reel catch, taking a home run away from Alan Pecker earlier in the game. Schofield set to work in the 6th. And comes in with a strike. Throws every pitch like it might be his last, and I say that in the most respectful way. This guy loves the game. Into the air. Hustling is Alan Pecker. He came a long way, but ran out of real estate. My goodness, did he make up some ground out there in a hurry. That would have been the second sensational play made by an outfielder. So Guadalupe Aon, the young player from Mexico, is the batter. He has struck out twice, once versus Randerson and once versus Marco Diaz, as the Chiefs using all three of their pitchers in the game. And don't be surprised if that's a trend that isn't on display a lot this weekend. Facing this good competition, and already these teams have several meetings underneath their belt against one another. This is the fourth meeting of the season between these teams, and Schofield wastes little time delivering a terrific drop ball for his first strikeout. Here's Justin Laskowski, who had a base hit off Marco Diaz. His last appearance.
Thank you very much.
And that ball gets away from Schofield, as he will take a stroll and rub off the ball to his liking. There you see it, 2-1. Hill United leading opening game in this division of the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament. A 5-team event in this division. Laskowski hit it a mile and just foul. Hit it right on the barrel and got all of it. And just foul. That close to being a tie game. A long strike, as they say. Hit hard again, and it is gone. Justin Laskowski, after just narrowly missing, has indeed tied it. It is 2-2. Believe that's his first home run of the season. As didn't pull this one, drove it out of the yard to left center. And the umpires are conferring, and apparently not over it, but through it. So it is not a home run. And I'm not sure we're going to have a picture that illustrates that as well as you would necessarily like. So it's difficult.
I thought it was over.
Tough to tell, but they got together, and it obviously snuck right in between that area of two pieces of the fence. Just saw it again. I still can't tell. Certainly couldn't tell from here. And there you take a look at it. There is some splits in there in certain spots of the temporary fence. So a break for Hill United as we try to find it again. Well hit off the bat of Justin Laskowski. Over the head of Nick White, And that one does look like, if we slow it down a little, great work. They got it right. Looked like it did on those last two that we showed you go through the middle. So we've had a little of everything. Jonathan Lynch, who's the batter, he stole a home run away from Alan Pecker going over top of the fence, right in about that same wheelhouse. So Laskowski, a double, and now Aleo Gonzalez, who spent some time with Hill United, in to run for Laskowski. And just the one out. JDT threatening and looked like maybe they had tied the game.
Come on, big man, right now. Come on, go. Come on, Scoopy, bear down. Come on, Scoopy, good boy. Come on, Scoopy. Come on, kid. Let's go. Oh.
Schofield with a big grunt. Jonathan Lynch, tying run at second base. Opening game. Hill United trying to keep a perfect record this year against JDT intact. Hard to do with this kind of competition amongst the top groups. And Lynch able to stay alive on a good rise ball from Schofield. Jonathan has a base hit, and he grounded out to Lenny Viavazzo at second base. Schofield would love a strikeout or a pop-up here. Change up. And about as good as you can throw. Schofield digs into the bag of tricks and comes up with quality off speed for his second strikeout in his first inning of relief. That's an excellent pitch. And it fell right off. Now Braden Ducharme, who's gotten the job done defensively tonight, and had a mighty cut at the rise ball from Schofield. 2 on and the tying run in scoring position for the product of Hudson, Wisconsin. And I think he's just starting to scratch the surface. And another change up that finds the zone. So Schofield gets ahead of Ducharme. A good opening game here to start the Peter Hallman Memorial. And we've got a long ways to go in it. And the 0-2 on its way to Ducharme. Pitchers and especially coaches do not like 2-strike, no-ball base hits. But Schofield was not about to allow that to happen. See what he comes up with here. Just outside. Has really gone to work on that rise ball over the last number of years. Took COVID in many ways to almost reinvent his game. Just worked tirelessly. Ducharme awaits the 2-2. And he got him. Ducharme couldn't check. And Schofield on the rise ball ends the threat. So a ball that went through, not over the fence. And it remains 2-1 Hill United. They'll bat when we return to more Hill United Chiefs softball on Softball Premier TV.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Lenny Viavazzo, who's been on base twice, once by way of walk, then on a fielder's choice. Tony Gonzalez and Blake Hunter. Hill United and JDT in a good one again. As Yoni Suriel has retired the first 4 Chiefs that he's faced in relief of the starter, Jan Carlos Gonzalez, who received some tough luck from his defense and then some great play from it on a night where he battled his control. Viavazzo, a quality cut. Lenny's 16 for 34 now. Great to see him back in the lineup after he was nicked up. Couple of weekends ago. Ayon and foul ball. And JDT unhappy with that call as Jeff Ellsworth checking in on Lenny Viavazzo. Yep, right off the toe. Nice look here on Softball Premier TV of the foul ball. And a drop that Viavazzo has some extra words for Matthew LeClaire behind home plate. He didn't like it. Thought it was down. And a third strikeout for Suriel, and he's only faced 5 batters. His first outing of the year with JDT. The drop, rise. Working against Tony Gonzalez. And a very different look for the batter in comparison to Gonzalez. You do not have to announce your final roster for the ISC World Tournament, which is the big event on the calendar, until just before the event starts. And Suriel pitching tonight like he wants to be part of this roster on a full-time basis as he sits down, an excellent hitter, 2 of them in fact, to begin the bottom of the 6th. As the Chiefs seeing Yoni Suriel for the first time this season. And a pinch hitter into the game in Bruno Matroni, who will bat for Blake Hunter.
Now batting.
And Matroni's had a quality year, the 40-year-old from Argentina. He's not slowing down. And he's as tough as they come. Shaken up a couple of times the last 2 weekends. Bruno 16 for 44 with 4 doubles, 4 home runs, and 19 runs batted in. Only Tony Gonzalez has cashed in more runs. Suriel's throwing hard. An impressive outing, his first for JDT. And he comes at you in a hurry with that motion. He basically explodes off that pitching rubber. Not much of a pause either. Gets it, steps, and away he goes. 2 out, bottom of the 6th, in a 2-1 Chiefs lead. And the drop ball swung on and missed. Impressive outing for Yoni Suriel. Strikes out the side in the bottom of the 6th. Has retired 7 Chiefs in a row. 5 by way of strikeout. To the 7th, and Hill United trying to close it out right here on the home of Hill United Softball. Softball Premier TV. The Hill United Chiefs 3 outs away. They lead it 2-1. This game could be much higher scoring than it has been. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's Dylan Cunningham. His first at-bat against Hill United this season. Leading things off in the 7th in place of catcher Fernando Gomez. Justin Schofield's second inning of relief. The third pitcher to work. And the drop ball that Cunningham swings over top of. Dylan is 6 for 22 on the year with a double, a home run, and 3 runs batted in. It is actually his second at-bat against Hill United. He did have one in the come-from-behind 8-6 semifinal victory at the Canada East Tournament in Mitchell 2 weekends ago, when Hill United trailed that game early 6-0 and came all the way back to win it 8-6. And Cunningham on the rise ball goes down swinging. And Schofield with his 4th strikeout in relief and 3rd in concession. And now he deals with Gendry Torres, who singled and struck out a couple of times. And begins Torres with a strike on the outer half.
Come on, Scopey. Come on, Scopey. Come on, big man.
Took something off. Ball and a strike to Torres with one out.
Come on, Scopey. Come on, Scopey. Come on, big man.
And ball 2. Torres packs some punch.
Come on, Scopey.
He was 11 for 28 at the recently completed Pan American Championships for the Dominican, and he hits that right over top of his coach's head. There you see Khalil Luna, a newcomer to the Hill United Chiefs. He has a very bright future, another player out of the hotbed that is Argentina. In place of Shane Boland late in the game. Shane is battling a bit of a injury. He's not 100%. Blake Hunter re-entered the game and is in at third base. Bruno Matroni hit for him in the last half inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gendry Torres. And a strike on the outside corner catches Torres looking. Schofield dials this up. A drop.
Right fielder Fred Eagle.
And there's 2 away. Federico Eder, the batter, he's responsible for the only run tonight. He homered off of Tyler Randerson. On the ground to Luna. And the Hill United Chiefs open the Peter Hallman Memorial Tournament with a 2-1 hard-fought triumph over JDT First Energy, as the Chiefs improve their record on the season to 18-4-1, and it's their 4th consecutive victory over JDT, and they've all been really good games. This certainly was. So Hill United back at it for 3 tomorrow, starting with a doubleheader at 9 a.m. They'll face the Toronto Batmen at 9, and then you get it again this weekend, at least once. The rivalry continues. It's Hill United and the Bear Creek Gremlins tomorrow in a game slated for 11. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one, as the Chiefs put another one in the win column, as my old friend from hockey, Peter Marr, used to say in Calgary. They win it 2-1. Hope you enjoyed it. Good night, everyone, from Kitchener-Waterloo.